professor, and Marcus Aurelius is like the emperor.
Wow. Very
But
cool.
yeah, in Epictetus.
Yeah, I would like to read his meditation.
Do you know the fragments of Epictetus?
They were at the. I bought a book, and they had fragments at the end of the book. They were kind of like his idioms, I guess.
Yeah, axioms or aphorisms, idioms, or you could call them compressions. But I would record those, review those, think about those, because the general public is not operating off of any of this information, and so they are very dangerous. Meaning that like road rage incidents, a lot of it is just people have bad philosophy. Hello? All those murders you read about, all those murder videos that I see on Instagram nonstop on gore videos and shit like that. I'm just like, oh my God. I can't believe Instagram even lets people like post all these like horrific murder videos.
I will say that Stoicism has been foundational to my worldview and really changing my attitude on life.
Yes, very powerful psychology. It's too bad people never read any of it because it's like so transformational where you're like, wow, I just upgraded my personality.
Are you familiar with the concept of preferred indifference? Have you heard of that before?
No.
I don't know which Stoic philosopher came up with the concept. I just know it's within Stoicism, but it basically says that health, wealth, and status or reputation are preferred indifference, meaning they're preferable, but you're ultimately indifferent to their outcome. And so if for example, if your health fails, obviously that's not preferable, but you're ultimately indifferent to whether or not you're healthy. And for somebody who's had, health problems, like everybody else, I guess, experienced it at one time or another in their life, that outlook has been very transformative. Like we add all this mental noise and suffering and despair on top of the physical pain that we have to go through. So do you have a separate group for this book club, or how does that work?
It's pretty much every room is book club. Otherwise, like, eventually I turned it into the book club, whether you like it or not.
Gotcha.
And I also live my life by death by goo. Meaning like I'll go into any room, and because every room is just a waste of time, like I will essentially, my worldview is get kicked in the face and pushed to the goo, because it's better to be gooed and have liberty than have no liberty and be on a stage with a bunch of goobers.
Well, I heard you come in one group and you did some sort of musical performance, and it was pretty impressive.
Really?
Not gonna lie. Yeah. Just the words that you were expressing were very profound.
Really? I'm not
sure. I
don't
know if you were reading it or if it was off the cuff or what. It was interesting.
Never had one lesson.
Wow, self-taught. Better.
You know what you know how to play a harmonica?
I do not.
There's two ways to play it. You can either suck at it or you can blow at it. And so it's a little bit like philosophy in life. You either suck at it or you blow at it. There's only two things you can do in life. Suck or blow. Which one are you going to do? So the truth is you can do both. It's like the song that never ends. You could just keep going with a harmonica.
Hey, I want to go to a concert.
You gotta be a tough guy to be with
By
That's
himself.
crazy. You gotta be 50. So can I go see who?
Mine is the head of the hawk. Abrahadabra. And ends.
6. I bear the rose and cross of life and light.
Abrahadabra.
Giving the sign at each Abrahadabra.
Remaining in the sign. The invocation concludes.
Therefore I say unto thee, come thou forth and dwell in me, so that every spirit, whether of the firmament, or of the ether, or of the earth, or under the earth, on dry land, or in the water, whirling air, or rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God the vast one, might be thee.
Abrahadabra. The adoration. Impromptu. Close by banishing.
I think this was omitted in W's order.
Mine is the head of the hawk.
Abrahadabra.
And ends.
6. I bear the rose and cross of life and light. Abrahadabra.
Leaving the sun at each.
Abrahadabra. Remaining in the sign, the invocation concludes.
For I say unto thee,
to close by banishing.
I think the size admitted at W's order.
Mine is the head of the man, and my inside is keen as the heart. By my head I invoke thee.
I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoke thee.
To bow to me shine the diamonds of radiance white and pure. By their brightness I invoke thee.
Green is the red triangle. Reverse the sign given of none. Save it be of thee, O Lord. By the Lamb I invoke thee.
Three miles the garment of white, sewn with gold, the flashing abide that I wear.
By my robe I invoke thee.
Sign is the sign of Apophis and Typhon. By the sign I invoke thee.
Jeff.
He was a chess player. He was a mountain.
Hello?
And mine the vigor of the intermediate.
Hello?
By my crown I invoke thee.
Jeff.